The Woman by the Dumpster. It was a cold evening in downtown Atlanta when a faint cry echoed through an alleyway near a closed-down grocery store. Hidden between garbage bags and broken boxes was a baby, wrapped in a torn hoodie, his skin kissed with cold, and his voice barely strong enough to call out. From behind a cracked wall, a teenage girl, no more than 16, watched with red, swollen eyes. Her name was Tasha. She had just left her son in the only place she thought someone might find him. Not because she didn't love him, but because love alone wasn't enough. No money, no home, no family, just pain. She whispered through her tears, "Please, someone find him. Please." Just as she turned to walk away, headlights lit the alley. A sleek car stopped abruptly. Out stepped Nina Carter, a young tech CEO, barely 30, dressed in heels and urgency. She followed the sound, lifted the baby, and held him close. "Oh my God," she murmured, wrapping him in her coat. "You're safe now." From her shadowed corner, Tasha dropped to her knees and sobbed silently. "Thank you, God," she whispered. 2 years later, Tasha showed up at Nina's mansion. Hair tied, clothes simple, voice steady. "I saw your ad for a live-in nanny. I've taken care of children before. I'm quiet, clean, and I'll love him like my own." Nina looked her over. "All right, we'll give it a try." And just like that, Tasha, now Miss T, moved in. She cooked, cleaned, played peekaboo, and sang lullabies at night. She tucked the boy in every evening, whispered prayers over him, and watched him grow. She named him Malachi in her heart, though Nina called him Miles. And every day for 25 years, she mothered her son from the shadows. Miles grew into a brilliant, kind-hearted young man. He became a lawyer, advocated for foster youth, and always said, "My mom raised me right," referring to Nina. Tasha would smile with pride, keeping her secret tucked deep inside. But years passed quickly, and one morning, Nina approached her with soft regret. "Tasha, Miles is grown now. He's moving out, starting his life. You've served this family beautifully, but it's time you enjoy your own life now." It shattered her. The night before her final day, she stood outside Miles's room, hand on the doorknob, just listening, and she broke. The next morning, with tear-streaked cheeks and shaking hands, she stood in the living room and said, "I can't go, because I'm not just the nanny. I'm Miles's real mother." The room froze. Nina stared. Miles laughed uncomfortably. "That's impossible." "I left him by a dumpster because I had no choice," she cried. "But I followed you. I gave up everything just to be close to him." Nina's voice cracked. "That's insane. You could go to prison for this." "I don't care. Test me," she said. "Take his hair. Run a DNA test." They did. And days later, the results came in. Positive. 99.9% match. Tasha wasn't lying. The silence that followed was deafening. Nina wept. Miles didn't know whether to hug her or hate her. But Tasha fell to her knees. "I'm sorry, son. I never stopped loving you. I had nothing to give. So I gave you the best life I could. From the shadows." And slowly, Miles walked over and lifted her to her feet. "I don't know how to process this, but I believe you, and I forgive you." He turned to Nina. "And I love you both. You saved me in your own ways." From that day forward, Tasha was no longer Miss T. She was Mom, and after 25 years of silence, she was finally allowed to speak her truth out loud.